what does it truly mean to be a master? We're about to dive into an ancient story about a pilgrim and a pretty mystical teacher to find an answer that, well, it might just surprise you.
Okay, let's get into it. We're going to follow a young seeker named Sudhana from the ancient Gandhavyuha Sutra on his epic quest for wisdom. Now, he's looking for the ultimate answer, but what he finds is that the answer itself is really just the beginning of the path. So here's where our story kicks off. Our hero, Sudhana, finally makes it to a city called Phlegm. After a long, hard journey, he thinks he might be getting close to the end of his quest. But in reality, he's only just arrived at the first real test.
And you have to understand, Sudhana has been through a lot to get here. The source text makes it really clear he wasn't just wandering around. He was completely focused, driven by this intense desire for knowledge. He wasn't a tourist, he was a dedicated student on a mission. So when he finds this respected elder, he doesn't waste any time. He gets straight to it with this incredibly profound question. He's basically saying, look, I know the destination I want to reach, but I have no idea what the road looks like. Please show me the way. This one question is what sets everything else in motion.
So how does the master, an elder named Samantanitra, which means universal eye, how does he begin to answer? Well, his answer isn't a lecture. It's not what you'd expect. It's an action.
The universal eye's approach is just incredibly practical. He explains that before he can teach anyone anything, he has to relieve their suffering first. He heals their bodies, whether it's a fever or a burn. He tends to their minds, dealing with things like greed and anger. He even gives them food, clothes, whatever they need to just be okay. It's only when a person is whole, healthy, and secure that he even begins to teach them.
And look at how specific this teaching is. It's not some one-size-fits-all sermon. The universal eye is like a spiritual doctor. For people who are consumed by greed, he teaches them meditation on impurity to help them find detachment. For the angry, he prescribes meditation on compassion. And for those who are confused, he teaches them how to analyze the world with real wisdom. It's like a custom-tailored prescription for the soul.
But the master's expertise doesn't stop with healing the body and mind. Oh no, his skills extend into a realm that is both mystical and profound, using the senses to reveal a much, much deeper reality.
So it turns out the universal eye is also a master perfumer, an expert in the art of incense. He knows how to combine all these sacred fragrances. But we're not just talking about making the room smell nice. This incense is a tool. It's an offering that's designed to connect with the highest truths of the entire universe.
And when he lights it, well, something truly extraordinary happens. This is the point where the lesson moves from the practical to the totally cosmic.
This is where we see a reality that's just beyond our own. The smoke doesn't just drift away, it transforms. The text describes this whole vision unfolding from the fragrance. We're talking celestial palaces, shimmering banners, and this huge, incredible net of jewels that covers everything. And the vision just keeps expanding until it fills the entire universe as a rain of fragrant light. A simple act becomes a cosmic event.
So, this master can heal any illness, prescribe the perfect spiritual practice, and manifest cosmic visions from smoke. You'd think he'd declare himself the ultimate guru, right? The final answer to Sudhana's quest? But what he says next, that's the most important lesson of all.
I mean, just to recap, this is a being of seemingly limitless power. He can cure you, feed you, teach you, and show you the structure of the cosmos. He has everything a seeker like Sudhana could possibly want in a teacher. The whole package.
And then he says this. After demonstrating all of that power, he tells Sudhana, I only know this one method. He humbly admits his own limitations. He's suggesting that the practices of the truly great enlightened beings are so vast, so profound, that he couldn't even begin to describe them. Just wow. This is the absolute climax of their meeting.
So the crucial point is this. Sudhana came looking for a final answer, and he found a master who seemed to have it all. But the real lesson wasn't in the healing or the incense. It was in the master's humility. See, true mastery isn't about knowing everything. It's about profoundly understanding the sheer vastness of what you don't know. The answer he got wasn't an answer. It was an invitation to a much, much larger journey.
And this profound lesson in humility, it transforms our young pilgrim, just instantly. He isn't disappointed that he didn't find a final answer. He's inspired by all the possibilities. So the journey isn't over, not by a long shot. In fact, it's just getting started. The universal eye points Sudhana south, toward another city and his next teacher. This whole encounter wasn't the destination. It was just one vital step that prepared him for whatever was coming next.
And check out the reward he receives. As Sudhana leaves, he isn't filled with secret powers or cosmic visions. He's filled with new states of mind. The text lists them out: joy, purity, vastness, non-attachment. The real prize wasn't external knowledge, but this incredible internal transformation. He learned the lesson, and his own consciousness expanded as a result.
And so we leave Sudhana as he continues his journey. This final question really captures the entire lesson. The Master's humility didn't shrink the world for Sudhana, it made it infinitely larger and more wondrous. It teaches us that the path to true understanding is endless, and every master we meet is just a guide, pointing us toward the next vast horizon.